what do investors look for in a country? Clearly, they look for political and economic stability, policy stability. They look for market size. And they look for quality inputs like labor, low cost. And they look for good infrastructure. I think the short video you've just shown has done a wonderful job in really highlighting these strengths. Mind you, Kenya is the largest economy in East Africa, with a GDP of about $125 billion in 2024, and it's likely to get to be above $130 billion in 2025. That's a very sizable market. But on top of that, Kenya is the gateway to East Africa, a market of over 300 million people. And on top of that, Kenya has multiple trade agreements with Asia, with Europe, with the North America. And that means that investors in Kenya will also have preferential entries to all of those markets. So it's not just the Kenyan market, and it's not just the East Africa market, it's not just the Africa market, it's actually the global market. I think that's, for me, as an investor, I think this is very, very important. Second, a number of you mentioned the quality of your people. It's the Kenyan people. Kenya ranks the highest on the World Bank's Human Capital Index. You have a fantastic education system. And that population has, it's not just people who can do jobs. They also have this tremendous entrepreneurial spirit. If you look at Kenya's mobile phones, payment services, M-Pesa, it's everywhere. And Kenya is a front runner in that area. I think for investors, that the advances you've had in mobile payment actually lays the foundation for significant growth in the kind of areas you're working in agriculture, in financial services, and in many other sectors. So I think these are really the kind, it's a combination of these, the depth, the breadth of the market, the quality of the people, and the entrepreneurial spirit. And I also wanted to add, I think Kenya's infrastructure has made important strides in the last decade. We have seen significant improvements in transport. The video shows that over 93% of Kenya's energy is renewable. That is a huge advantage for manufacturers who wanted to do sustainable and green manufacturing. So this is a place that has enormous potential for investment. And we, at the World Bank, we're putting our money where our mouth is. Our current portfolio, the active investment portfolio in Kenya at the moment is about $7 billion. And our private sector arm, IFC, has invested in its active portfolio of about $1.3 billion. And our guarantee agency, MIGA, is providing hundreds of millions guarantees to investors. So please, this is the place to come if you wanted to help the country to develop and if you want to make money.